Voila. Except one thing. You guys give me 1 second. First, I want to thank you all for being here. Secondly, I want to tell you that what I'm going to do now, what I've been doing, isn't fun for me. I wish it could be any other way. Got my notes. Please just give me one moment. I'm waiting for a Mr. David Sarah, but I forgot something that I will definitely need. So please talk amongst yourselves. So, um, we're going to be talking about some difficult topics for me this evening regarding my sister. I want to again say that I wish none of this was live. I wish none of this was something I had to speak about in a public forum. I wish there would have been so many different things, and I'll take accountability. I could have done things differently. I think we can all say that. But for 13 years, things have been very, how do I say it? Well, I'll quote my sister. That's a better way to do this. I'll quote my sister verbatim in 2023. My sister said, Ashley, I'm not helping you. I'm not helping you. I am repairing damage to your life that I was an active participant of. Ashley, I'm not helping you. I am repairing damage to your life that I was an active participant in. Those were me. I don't know if there are, since we were little, there's anything I've been more proud of my sister that she said. Besides that, hi Haley, I love you. So I'm trying to do this. I don't know. I'm just going by gut instinct, straight up. But I'm trying to not say too much. There's a lot, guys. There's a lot more than the embarrassing stuff I put on Twitter where I sort of leave clues and facts. There's so much, but I hope that it doesn't. I hope I get to the point where that tonight is the last time I speak about her. That would be dreamy for me, quite frankly. Again, for 13 years, I have tried to settle this with her privately. The only time she ever responds or is interested is when something's public. So this is not my choice. This is what my sister responds to. I wish it could be different. I cannot overemphasize this. So the number one was mom's condo. We're not necessarily going in chronological order, by the way, because I had 3 number 2s here. So that'll be number 2, number 3, number 4, right? Just making sure that I'm not missing Dave down there. Number 1, I covered on Twitter. My mother had a $1 million condo that was left to both of us equally. And it was sold in 2012, I believe, 3040 and a half R Street. And I've asked her several times. So again, this is chronological. We can tie in number 1 and number 2 with something else. I mean, number 1 and another, like there were concurrent events. But this is an easy one. So the attorney that I speak to says I can speak anything. Facts are not defamation. If my sister used every penny from the sale of that $1 million condo left to both of us on medical bills for my mother, then she can prove that. And that is the only argument she can have. My mother's medical bills were not often paid. My father's medical bills were literally not paid. I had to move my father for non-payment 3 different times from different hospitals and nursing homes, usually with no warning. I would just show up. Like I went there 38 times and 2 years, I'd show up and they'd be like, okay, I literally one time chased an Uber driver. Like, hey, can you come back? The Uber driver took me from the airport to the nursing home, and they're like packing, like some of the staff is packing up. My dad had like artwork. And I'm like, not one Cummings could be like, yo, Ash, by the way, when you're going down there for the 15th, 20th time at this point, like a year in, you're going to be moving dad from one facility to another due to non-payment. You guys, moving somebody from a nursing home to another nursing home is more intense than actually moving a person from one place to another, because then you're also dealing with medical and medicine. And my father was, on a trach and in a wheelchair. So it's the ambulance, it's the medications, making sure we get all the paperwork from one place, bringing it to the other place, making sure the other place. At one time I moved him and they were on, they didn't have any of my father's stuff because they had moved to like CDs or online stuff. So I have all this paperwork and they're like, oh, well, we're waiting for like the, I don't know, complicated file that I don't understand. And I literally said, how do you move a human body in this condition without having the paperwork and the medicine that he needs? And I don't know how long, you know what I mean? Like that, it's a nightmare. And it's a criminal, in my opinion, a criminal thing to do to another human being. And then, so I've been focusing a lot on my parents. Please keep in mind, I just learned like 2 years ago, just for everyone in the back, we're allowed to pray for ourselves. I always thought that we weren't allowed to pray for ourselves, that we were only allowed to pray for other people. So that's a thing. So the first thing is the Georgetown condo. Where did the proceeds, she again, I'm not going to go into too much detail. She sold it, moved my mom to California, demanded that I give up my yoga studio that I'd built for 3 years for free in the state of Florida to transfer a business to another person, which is what I was forced to do. There has to be at least $10 exchanged. I didn't even get that $10. I mean, there's a joke in there. So this is the first time, 2011, that I trust my sister with my will and my life because she demands it. And she tells me, no one's ever been to bat for you. I'm always going to be here for you. Dad, come be a family with mom. Bah, 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 bah. And I want to also add some context here. My whole entire life, before a few months ago, when I had a specific epiphany, I just wanted to be the best big sister to my little sister that I could. Yes, I've flipped out on screen about her or online. Yes, I was flipping out when my dad was dying and no one was there. And I just felt like I'm in a boat and there's not one Cummings, not one here. Like I also have a studio at this point in Los Angeles. So I had given up my studio for my mom. That's why I say Just Breathe was for my mom. Agni was for my dad. Stopping your life for a person is a thing. And shout out to everyone that has done this. For your parents or your family, it's the thing I'm the most proud of. When people say, what are you the most proud of? Agni, Just Breathe. There's a lot of things that I've done in my life that I'm proud of. But the thing that I'm the most proud of is taking both of my parents to heaven. It's not easy. It's intense, but when it's all over and you heal, Dave, Sarah, when you heal, that is when you can understand how important it is. Let's see. So, hi, Dave. I'm just going to finish my sentence. So where's the money? So we're starting at number 1, but we're going to hopefully not get to 10, 12, 13, 14, Whitney. I know you're watching. I would like to end it at 1, quite frankly, but we're going to go ahead and go to number 2 tonight. Number one is where's mom's $1 million? Where's the proceeds from mom's $1 million condo that was left to both of us? 50-50. Also, why can't I find mom's will? I've asked like 5 different people. I have a witness from her last, like she has her last wishes from the nursing home, but none of her friends and none of her sisters know where her will is. So where's her will? Hey, Dave, how you doing? Are you muted?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's some heavy stuff. Hopefully.
You were so funny. I was like, will you come on with me tonight? I don't want to be alone. You're like, yeah, I just love talking about your sister.
Oh, yeah, great. Can't wait. I thought we were going to talk about her buying views, not about her will and testimony.
Oh, well, that was just, I wanted to preamble everyone that might not know about the situation with the fact that I wish none of this was public. I never have wanted to attack my sister. She's made several beds for herself. So the timing is interesting, but I've been here for 13 years. So there's that. I have to tell you this. I should have told you before. I cannot watch that clip that has been played. Okay, cool.
We don't have to watch the clip. I know by heart already.
I mean, so what do you think about the views?
I do think that there's a percentage that could be like, let's say she thought she was getting stagnant. She hires like a campaign or an ad agency or something, maybe something tied through her management, who knows? And, she pays them a certain amount of money a month or however, and maybe they're buying views. They're just taking her money, taking half of it, and just buying. You never really know. She does get some pretty high-end advertising, if you've noticed. She's got like Olipop and
so I don't watch my sister.
Well, okay. If
I don't
the audience
her,
has noticed.
But shout out Numero Uno and a bunch of other people, and shout out Dabbleverse straight up. Y'all
he was the first one.
Out.
Yeah, he was kind of the first one to bring it to at least my attention, and then that was weeks ago. And then even MLC did, looked at it here and there. But then recently, it's really gotten out of hand because even her episode of Joe Rogan's got 20 million subscribers. Even her episode of Joe Rogan is like a third of what her own episodes are getting on her channel, with only like 500,000 subscribers. So the numbers don't add up. And then I did see somewhere where if you look through the, not the YouTube demographic, but there's like another demographic tracker you can use, like through Apple or something. And a lot were coming from, like, only 50% were from the United States. The other bulk of it was coming from like Kenya and India and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, that's suspect.
I just don't feel like I don't think she's got a lot of reach in Kenya and India, but I could be mistaken. This is allegedly.
She's a global, she's, one of the 250 global comedians. You should all thank them.
I was thinking you were going to say Saudi. Like there were a lot of
people the Saudi, right.
That might have made sense.
I think Saudi Arabia is where most of her subscribers are leaving. If you've noticed, she's been losing subscribers every month. And so maybe I think she went over there and they hit the unsubscribe button. And now they're just hate watching. So, but yeah, it's just, again, I think that there's actually a pretty decent percentage. I don't think she's buying, like she's literally, or she's like calling, I don't even know the guy that's on her show. I always forget his name, Josh or something like that. Patrick Mason, whatever. It's like, I don't think she's like calling him like and doing some kind of pig Latin where she's telling him to buy views or something, but apparently it's extremely cheap. So I could see a situation where she's like, this ad agency, they want to give me ads. Who knows how much she's making off those ads? It could be all smoke and mirrors, but like those are kind of somewhat higher end ads. Like I said, like Olipop, and these are other, she's got it on her desk and she takes a drink of it, and olipop.com. And it's like, I could see where they would feel semi disenfranchised. I have been, tweeting them. such like that. I felt
Was it you
like
that said, "Let's see the W-9s or the
no. Well, that was
1099s"?
Doom. No, Doom said it shows the 1099s, which is great. Obviously, I didn't come up with anything as
Love
clever,
Doom.
but I'm just like, why are we paying? Are we paying more for Olipop because you have to pay these exorbitant amount of ad money to somebody who's like not even promoting your shit at all, really? Because it's like
And then
there's
I think,
I guarantee it's low.
tell me if I'm wrong, doing that in a fraudulent way, allegedly, is also
Yeah,
stealing from other creators who are actually
right.
organically bringing in
Sure.
numbers. That's a part of it
Yeah.
as well, right?
Yeah, and I don't want to sit in like I want to go after Whitney just as much as the next guy. But I do have to tamper some expectations a little bit because to be fair here, YouTube had to pretty much abandon what they were put the punishments for these. So like 5-6 years ago, this was like a huge problem, just as big as a problem as it is today. And what they were doing is they were shutting down channels. And it's like, well, unfortunately, we've come to a situation where they can't police it anymore because you don't know if you can never pin down who's actually buying the views. It's impossible to find out at this point. So somebody could be doing it to sabotage somebody. Somebody could be doing it like for the situation that I think is kind of likely with Whitney, which is you pay me X amount of dollars and I'm starting to like promote your shit. I'm trying to give you juice, basically, like some kind of ad campaign or ad marketing campaign or something, right? And for somebody like Whitney, that doesn't seem out of the realm of possibility that she would do it. We know that Callan and Dalia and guys, they used to have like these things called Bet Pixel and all that stuff that like would manage all their shit. So like, I don't know if it's something like that, but it very well could be. And it could just then be like one scumbag being like, all right, pay me $3,000 a month. I'll make sure you get this much traction. And he just takes a fraction of that money and puts it into buying views. And it's like, problem solved. So I'll give that out for her, but she's doubling down. It feels like, which is gross. So I don't know.
Well, I was gonna
It's
say, well,
obvious.
first thing I want to say is I've been to India and I will never go back. But
Okay. Sure.
India is a place. I don't know. It's 2015. I felt like part of my soul because of yoga needed to go there.
Sure.
It was traumatic. I will say this, but it literally their ghettos and their slums make ours, like you live in LA, make like
Sure.
the worst homeless encampments look like the Ritz-Carlton. It's
All right.
so, I saw a baby being delivered in like a tent. It was insane. Like no doctor, nothing, but everyone's walking around with a cell phone. And I was like,
Sure. Yeah.
who are they but not talking to?
Well,
I'm like, what are they doing? They playing games? Like, what's going on? These people don't have houses. They're delivering babies in
no, but
dirt with
no,
like
I
cows
understand what you
walking
mean.
around.
I
But
understand what you
now
mean.
I'm like, oh, those are the bot viewers. Am I right or am I wrong?
Well,
Maybe.
yes and no. No, I think it's more of this is like there are these things called bot farms that they're all
Yes,
over the
I saw
world.
that in a video where you can have like
Yeah,
computers that are
multiple screens. You have them all. You have 40, 50 phones hooked up to one grid, and you have 8 grids hooked up to one computer. And so it's like you can manage, X amount of phones. So yeah, there's that, obviously. And it kind of karmic kind of showed us, kind of like exposed himself for maybe possibly buying subscribers, because I think somebody asked him to do kind of like a deep dive on your analysis of his like analysis of his subscribers all time. And there was a fair share, I believe.
from
Maybe somebody can
Pakistan,
from
right?
Pakistan and India, certainly. Okay, regardless of that, that's the thing. It's people are making a good point in chat, which is, yeah, regardless of how they're purchased, they're fake. And so unless you're claiming somebody's sabotaging you, you need some like crazy evidence for that. It's impossible to figure that out. Plus, I mean, at some point, what's the end game there? I don't really know. So
Well, also,
yeah,
and I didn't,
but
I
yeah,
still don't totally understand this. Sorry to interrupt you, but
sure.
like you said, there are a few people that have done it. I just didn't want to lose my train of thought. Thank you. There are a few
No,
people that have done it, but I'm like, to do it in such, and just from what I've extrapolated, to do it
egregious.
in such egregious, thank you. That's a perfect word. To do it in such a dramatic way where you're literally getting more views than Joe Rogan, but with like 20 comments. Even my like very ignorance means lacking knowledge about this topic. Even a person like me is like, this doesn't make sense.
Right. And the comments, certainly, she's saying that she's like auto blocking comments. And I believe that because there's clearly you can't type the word views. I think numero one Josh Denny fan proved that you can't write the word views. It gets auto blocked. Regardless of that, it's not like you're blocking any of the mean comments, and the mean comments are still getting through, and there's still just 50, 60, 70 of them. The good comments are like, it's like almost even 50, 60 good comments and bad comments, which is not bad, but the fact that there's only 120 on 2 million views is concerning.
Well, here's another thing. My sister's very into a book that I've reviewed a few times by Robert Greene, 48 Laws of Power. There's a 60-40 rule where you want at least 40% negative and 60 positive to create a conversation, right? You don't want everything to be nice.
No,
It's
100%.
boring. So I think that's also an organic, natural thing that happens. Again, back to that word organic. What I will say in my sister's experience, with my experience with my sister, so it's a fact, my experience with her, she knows everything that's going on all the time. Her words to me verbatim, I watch every penny and I know where every penny is.
Right.
So I get that and it's not a bad theory. Oh, Whitney, we don't think you're smart enough to do this. We don't think that you're figuring this out. There's no way, in my experience of my little sister, that she does not know that this is happening. So I think a lot of people have seen this clip. I'm not going to play it again. My sister basically, you can correct me or interject when you want, kind of spirals out and sort of defends views or buying bots and views and everything. And she says, well, maybe people don't comment on my comment section because they have better things to do. Maybe because they're sober. She also goes ahead and says she's
live. I know it's so crazy. She has it's maybe they're sober. Maybe they have a life for their family. Or maybe you're just racist. I mean,
well, exactly. I was just going to say, can we establish a pattern here? It's never, this is also my experience.
Never her fault. Yeah.
Never her fault. When she goes to Riyadh, her audience is
we're
racist.
All racist.
Correct. It's gaslighting. It's a pattern.
100%.
And when people question her about buying views, and it's very obvious something is up. We're trolls, we're hateful, and we're making her powerful, and her fans have better things to do than leave comments and engage with her channel.
Okay, she had a kid, maybe she stopped taking substances or whatever. But I mean, I saw a clip of her and Tim Dillon on a podcast 4 years ago where Tim Dillon's talking shit about her eating a Percocet cereal bowl, like a cereal bowl of Percocet. And it's like, okay, like, yeah, drinking, like what? Like all of a sudden you're going to start going after the few people who are actually watching you now for what? For doing the same shit that you used to do? Like, there's obviously a lot of hypocrisy. She's been gaining a lot of this momentum for this. In the end, at this point, she does, I feel like, have to know what it is, and the fact that she's doubling down is concerning. I'm curious if she's hired and or fired any ad agencies in the last 3 weeks or something like that. You know what I mean? I'm curious.
So she has a pretty solid team of people. Let me speak carefully.
I'd imagine.
I don't know. So, but I don't think she hires teams to do outside stuff. She literally has, and I know them all, like 5 people that I've had to communicate with all of them, which each time felt like a knife in my back or my heart or whatever. She literally has a team of 5 people at MGO. She also has agents and managers and ba. So I doubt that there's an outside thing that happened in the last month, if that makes sense.
And you know what, dude?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, plus, what happens in my experience is in LA, as you know, people sort of go away for kind of December to end of January. And if you'll look back in history, it's about that time my sister usually goes off the rails. And then around February, March, the people come back in and sort of reel her in.
Uh-huh. I got a question. This is what every Whitney fan really needs to know. How long has she been an Eagles fan? Please tell us, Ashley. How long has she been a lifelong, diehard Eagles fan? Because you'd think from her demeanor, a very long time. Please elaborate.
She did go, to her credit, and I always give credit where credit is due. She did go to the University of Pennsylvania, but the only thing I ever heard her say
Deep
about
State, Pennsylvania, huh?
what's that?
That University of Pennsylvania. That's a isn't that an Ivy League?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's
she graduated valedictorian.
Valedictorian. Yeah, that's a huge deep state school. That's where Trump went, and that's where a bunch of CIA people are out of. I love it.
She went to high school where Barron Trump went to high school.
Oh, we're getting a lot closer to the truth about who's starting to back at Whitney, aren't we? Conspiracy theories. Let's get Kurt Metzger on the podcast.
Who's Metzger? I don't know who Metzger is.
Oh, he's just a comic that's from Austin now. He used to be from LA. Tall dude. He used to date Annie Letterman. If you saw him,
I know Annie Letterman. I don't know how you pronounce it. I've met her a few times. She's actually quite
whatever
funny.
way sounds least Jewish.
We were at the Burt Kreischer premiere, and I'll just say this: she was on something, and she thought I was my sister for like 7 minutes, and she was like, "Where have you been?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" Like, because it's like the second or third time I met her, and I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like, and I couldn't understand what was happening, and she's like, "No, I've been looking for you all over. Where have you been?" I'm like, "Why?"
Wait, didn't she play? Sorry, go on.
No, she's like, "Why are you looking for me?" And she's like, "Oh, sorry, I thought you were Whitney."
Whitney, yeah.
And I was like, "No."
Didn't she play basketball for UPenn, or was that in high school?
She did not. She played basketball in high school.
That's because she was too busy doing CIA drills in college.
So the only thing I can say she's ever said to me about the Eagles was when she was at Penn and one of her friends slept with almost all of the Eagles.
Oh my God. See, this is classic Whitney. Let me tell you, classic Whitney fashion. She sees somebody like right now. The Eagles are here. A bunch of the cool comedians like the Eagles, like the Are You Garbage guys are from Philadelphia. The Tommy Popes and the Shane Gillises, they just moved to Austin. Everybody's all Eagles crazy, and they're good. They've been good. You know what I mean? And so she's like, "Oh, I went to UPenn. That's close enough to the Eagles."
Well, let me grift
off
this. Her new fiance is from Philadelphia.
Wow.
And he's really into the Eagles.
Wow.
So no, we've never been into football. I've never known my sister to be into football. Any team, not even the Redskins, which was a very racist name for our Washington D.C. football team. I think they named them something else. Do you know what they named them?
The Commanders.
The Commanders.
I always thought that it'd be a good name would be the Washington Monuments. I always thought. You laugh, but I feel like that's a good name. It's better than the fucking Commanders.
Well, the Washington Monument is so phallic, Dave.
Well, no, but they're Washington monuments. They're like big and phallic.
Like watch the big dicks.
It's an obelisk. You don't go to fucking Egypt and be like, "Oh my God, it's so phallic."
Well, you mean the pyramids?
No, the obelisks that are in Egypt. There's obelisks also, which is just that big long.
Some might call them phallic, but like on the Washington Mall, where the
monument is, I've been there.
It's very phallic, and I didn't realize this until I was older. But it's just a big.
It's a big cock. It's a big cock in your hand.
Am I wrong?
Dice, by the way, I used to love watching Dice's Instagram. My camera's blurry for some reason.
Andrew Dice.
Yeah, and then he blocked me because I wrote something like that, like because you like a big cock in your hand, and I got blocked. It's like, dude, you've been a comic for 50 years, and something like that's gonna fucking throw you off, dude. Get off me.
Can you read that super chat? I just can't see it. Are you able to read
Yes.
it?
Adeptus. Adeptus
Adeptus.
sense. We love Adeptus around here. You're awesome, Ashley. Love you, girl. Hey. What's up, Davey Wavy? How's the refrigerator repair going, Home Slice? Also, I saw like 20 UFOs over my house, nigga, and military helicopter. Ashley looking fine. I shouldn't have used that word, especially if hi Whitney, hi Whitney's lawyers. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, I didn't. I heard you say something about Pinot Noir. I thought that's what you said.
Caviar, Pinot Noir. Did you ever watch that one show with that guy? Damn it, I can't remember it. The one where she's like,
I
in a bunker.
I do that all the time. I'm like, you know that song that that girl
the
sings?
the redhead.
Give me the
redhead. Yeah, I forget her name. And Kimmy, Incredible Kimmy, something like that. Okay, and there's
what
that.
year are we talking?
Black,
what genre?
4 or 5 years ago. And she gets out of like a cult. She's in a bunker. She gets out of the bunker, and then there's like a black guy that sings, and he sings Pinot Noir, caviar. Pinot
That sounds amazing, but I feel like I might not have seen this. I was like, wait, cult?
Kimmy
I love
Schmidt.
cult
Kimmy
shows.
Schmidt. Thank you, Sean Fawn.
What is it called?
Schmidt. Kimmy Schmidt.
Okay, I've seen like the adverts for it, but I haven't seen it. What do they say?
It's right.
Pinot Noir and caviar.
Yeah, it's a good song. I'll play it for you later. We don't want to get kicked off YouTube like we were watching the scene from True Romance, but damn it, yes, I had a point to make, but it's over now.
Oh no, you were saying that something reminds you of that show.
No, just when you said Pinot Noir.
Oh, Pinot Noir caviar. So
we get tangential around here.
I used to love Pinot Noir. It was kind of like my go-to wine for a bit. And my ex was like, and he doesn't drink that much and never really did. But you know, like I would have wine. I'm like, do you want a glass of wine? And he would just say no. And one day I was like, why don't you ever like drink wine with me? You know? He goes, Ashley, I just think Pinot Noir sour. He made this like he's not Asian. He made this like sour noir. Like it just becomes, and I never looked at it or
Pinot sour
are the same. So I moved to Cabernet Sauvignon.
Man, oh yeah, what I was gonna say was Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. You can find it on Netflix, right below your sister's special that has only a couple of stars ratings. Oh, hey, good natured ribbing. Good natured ribbing.
Where she's like humping the ground. I mean, it's very. I mean, I couldn't believe Netflix did. I mean, obviously, I've seen a bunch of stuff, but and a few people that we both know have covered. What is it?
No, I was gonna say, I'm Whitney. I'm gonna do a special. Let me take all the things that they hate about Joe Rogan and put it into one fucking special. Literally, like, I want to hump a stool.
Literally, someone was like, Ashley and Whitney speak the same, and I was like, no, we don't. I don't think so.
Well, she's like in her e-girl stage for sure. She's making all kind, like I do it too, but she's making all kinds of faces, dude. She's trying out for the face Olympics. She's like,
I don't think she's doing it on purpose. I think that's drugs. Like, you know how if you take drugs,
so?
You can't help your mouth moves.
It's true. The mouth sandwich. And I guess if you don't want to be chewing the air, you do that. Maybe that's why there's so many cuts and angles. She's like, she's like,
I said something. I was on Tommy Jordan's show last night, and I said something, and this pissed me off before, but I remember. Well, shout out Tommy Jordan.
Shout out Tommy Jordan.
I said something like, you know, that guy Patrick. I don't understand how, because he's her producer. I don't understand how he releases this kind of stuff. Like you could edit it, you could do a lot of stuff, you could not air it at all. Like not a good look. But then I thought to myself, I was walking Hondo today, sorry, and I was like, maybe that is the edited version.
It is. No, that's the thing. That the problem is you got so little to go off of. You got a fucking you got 48 minutes out of with ads. So she gave you 35 good minutes her podcasting to her bots. She gave them 35 good minutes of just faces and vile disgust for the peons, for the poor chat. But whatever. I mean, what can you do? Yeah, she did. It did kind of seem like, I mean, I don't know for sure. Obviously, she was on Rogan. She said a family member stole something from her dad or something. I'm like, okay, bitch, we know who the fuck you're talking about. You do terms of service.
So first of all, I'm one of the last standing Cummings. My mom was.
You know what it is? Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. It's not that you sound like Whitney. You just literally, again, that word, you just really sound like a Valley girl. And I know exactly what they sound like. They've kind of lost it now, but I'm about to turn 40. You're younger 44. Than that. Okay, fine. But I was going to say that, like, our generation really grew up like with the Valley girl kind of. There's a thing. There's a accent. And my cousins have it, and it's, lots of girls have it. So it's not like that they sound alike, more that they sound regionally correct.
Interesting. I mean, I think I was born and raised in DC. I moved
right. Well, I'm wrong.
2011. But when I lived in DC and to have another accent, when I lived in Miami and DC, people would say you sound like a Cali girl. But then when I moved here, people would say you sound like you're from the East Coast or from New York. So yeah, it is interesting. I mean, I grew up in DC and then I spent 12 years in Miami. But in between that, I lived in Brazil. I spent a lot of time in the Middle East, not in Saudi, in Qatar. And obviously my brother lives in London, and we are English. So yeah,
you guys are like, I'm curious, like who were did you have any non-English as a first language teachers that taught you English growing up?
Well, I studied ballet since I was little, so I had Russian teachers, but they didn't teach me English.
Sure, but you would hear them say certain things in English with their fucking heavy ass accent, and I can hear it a little bit.
When I teach yoga, I don't know if you've noticed this. Like one of my students, I'll just say his name. I'll just name drop. Doesn't matter. Rachel Zoe's ex-husband. Roger Berman. I used to teach them Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I love them both. I think they separated, but love them both. I would go every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And this one time, Roger's like, I'm literally in the middle of teaching. He's like, Ashley, where are you from? I was like, Washington, D.C. He was like, why do you sound like you're from Latvia?
Yeah. I get a little bit of that.
Like Russian comes out, and I think it might have been from ballet and stuff.
Yeah, it's ingrained. Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
I also do think when you teach, like and I teach teachers how to teach, obviously, it's good to have a cadence, a certain, like you don't want to be monotone while you're teaching. Right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I did get, I see what they're talking about now too. Thinking back to the many times we did yoga together, of course.
And soon in the park, right?
We should do it. I mean, it should be very easy. Should be easy. Let it dry out a little bit. I'm done.
You're Armenian, is this correct?
Yes, it is correct.
Okay, Armenian. So we're just gonna roll through number 2. So in this weird way, I'm leaving clues, and like I said before you got here, I'm hoping I don't have to leave another clue.
Right, you should be able to just stop with one
thing. This is all embarrassing. Okay. So you're Armenian, correct? So yes, you do know who Kim Kardashian is. She's also Armenian.
Sure.
Okay. Do you know about Kim Kardashian's walls?
Ooh, tell me about the walls. Do they bleed?
Do you remember when we were growing up? You're like 4 years younger than me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember growing up and like in my experience, it was the wealthier people. They had like sponge paint walls.
Oh yes, of course.
You know what I'm talking about?
Of course, yes.
Thank you. It was very 90s. It was cool
very
then,
posh. Yes,
but it was
very expensive work. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if you're being jovial right now.
No, I'm not. No. I'm being like like I remember like wallpapering and doing that shit were two things that were very like you paid a lot extra for that. Because if you ever try to do it yourself, it never came out right. They always had the right sponges and they always crimped it the right way and they always put it perfectly and you had the right pattern shit. And when you would
there's
try
like
it, just come off
shades
stupid.
and tones. Right. I mean, like
Yes.
just getting and I've painted lots of walls, just getting that done properly. You have to really, pay attention, put the tape on the borders, all this stuff.
Sure.
So
that's
I've
not for
never
sure.
tried to sponge a wall, but I felt like that wouldn't be that difficult. But I think you might be right. I think there's more skill involved than I imagine.
You got to practice it first on you're some other piece of wood or something, like paint it and do it that way, I think, before you hit that wall.
Kim Kardashian brought the sponge walls back.
Wow. She's like, I need more handcrafts. Like, yeah.
My
I can
sister
see it.
really loves the Kardashians. Like one of the stories she told me that she was very proud of, I guess, because my mom died around Christmas, December 13th, 2022. And Whitney was talking about how she and Khloe Kardashian were fighting over a Christmas tree last year. I forgot who won the Christmas tree or who got it. I think my sister. But Whitney had Kim Kardashian walls done in her home, which,
Great.
as far as I can understand, it's the sponge paint from the 90s. It's like a beige gray situation. To get to the point of number 2,
or a pastel, sometimes they'll make it like a pastel. They'll layer pastel colors,
but it's still a paint job. Okay, the only thing that's making it super special to her is that it's Kim Kardashian walls, which she literally calls artwork. She goes, they're not just walls, they're artwork.
Right. Yeah.
Which is so embarrassing to
that it's pretentious. Look, there's an art to it. Not everything is necessarily art. But again, I was just saying how, it never came out quite right. But I was, maybe if I
I think you said something very important. You have to be, there was some crimping involved. There was focus involved. I mean, it looked cool. I remember being in high school in the 90s and if people had those sponge walls, it was like, okay, someone's doing well, right?
Right, yeah.
But Kim Kardashian, because she puts her name on it,
right,
it becomes the Kim Kardashian walls.
So is she?
I have no idea. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, is Kim Kardashian doing something special? Like, does she have her own line of
she
something?
Has her own line of everything. And I want to say no shade
God.
to, I think it's Skims, her brand Skims. There are some dope tank
terrible
tops.
Name. What a terrible name.
It is terrible. I mean, it's all sexual, right? But
yeah,
there's some very nice tank tops and like loungewear that I have that I like. I think they're completely overpriced. Skims. And they just came out with Skims for men. You should check that one out, Dave.
I mean, again, I don't mind nice clothes. If it's nice, good clothing, that's, I mean, not exorbitantly expensive.
None of them last. The quality is terrible. But then she has a makeup line, and then she has, her. I think allegedly her daughter North making money on TikTok, and then she has, I don't know what else does she have now. She's like linked up with Neuralink, and she's going to start selling Neuralink.
I want to be smarter. Right? Can I like just be?
Well, she said
that in my head and be smarter.
Did you see that? Like. It says that there's part of my brain that doesn't work, and that's why I didn't pass the LSATs.
Oh, right. Or the bar.
So, that's the selling point for Neuralink. Okay.
Yeah, you don't really pass the LSATs, but yeah, like you can pass or fail the bar for sure. She went to law school though, didn't she? She just never took or passed the bar, I believe.
I literally don't know.
But that will. Certainly a Neuralink will certainly, if you can't pass a Neuralink, if you can't pass the bar with Neuralink, I'll call me over and I'll chop your head off.
That will be the test, actually. If she actually gets this thing implanted and it's proved that she got it implanted and she passes the bar, I think you're right. That's what it was. Like I think she didn't pass the bar 2 times or something like this. And if she does
well, I
do
can't say
that,
shit.
then we can talk. But also, guys, I don't give advice, but don't go running out and putting things in your brains, please. I don't think it's going to be good
Right.
for the long haul. What I mean, do you know what I'm saying?
I only put one thing in my brain,
What's that?
and it goes through my nose. All right. Anyway, hey, folks. We're doing
Hey,
jokes here.
this
We're
is a
doing jokes here.
PG program. So back to
Oh,
you
sorry.
being Armenian, and
Yes.
I'm just
Having a
kidding.
big
Do whatever you
nose.
want.
Yeah.
And Kim Kardashian being Armenian,
Is
and
right.
our number
Robert.
2 point. What?
No, I say Robert Kardashian, your dad, obviously famously OJ trial.
Correct. I think he was
You
also
won.
the first. He did. Do you think OJ was guilty?
Probably.
The glove didn't fit.
I like the theory of like he basically like split personality the whole thing because he wrote that book, the If I Did It book, and then it never got aired or never got published. But like people got their hands on it. I remember them talking about it on Opie and Anthony years ago, and just like the details, like you hear there's a guy named Charlie that's there in the fictional story.
Oh, the blonde guy that was hiding in the bushes or something?
No. It's just some fictional fake character named Charlie that's just in the story. And it's like what they suspect is like that was Charlie was the version of OJ killing the people. And OJ was like the version, just a regular version of himself where he didn't kill anybody. Like he wrote a book of like, and it's like, and it's funny because the parts of where he's actually killing somebody, it's like very detailed and descriptive. And in the other parts of like the bullshit parts that were obviously fake, they're just like kind of like ran through and glossed over. They're not like very specific. So it didn't make him look great. But to say that he killed those people, probably. But I don't know.
What did they say?
You
If
never
the
know.
glove doesn't quit, you have.
Yeah.
If the glove doesn't fit, you have to quit.
If
I'll
the glove
never
don't
forget. I was
fit,
on
you
my
must
way
have
home
quit.
from dance school,
Right.
dance practice and my friend was carpooling, and it was the day that the verdict. I don't know what the year was. I want to say it was 95 or
96?
something like this. So we're all carpooled, like on our way home from dance practice, and they read the verdict. It had been, I think it was probably the heaviest or first like heaviest watched on TV, situation. I could be mistaken, but like when people got emotionally invested and people
Oh
were,
yeah, it was on television because it was a state trial too. They can televise and everything. It was on 3 channels constantly.
I mean, I think it's the first time. I don't. I could be wrong, but when people were showing up at the courthouse, I don't know how many people had cell phones back then, but showing up at the courthouse
None.
with signs,
Barely.
and it was very divisive, obviously because of the racial component. But I will never forget being in the car, my friend's mom's Mercedes, and we're in the back, and they're playing the verdict on the radio. So we'll call it like East Coast time, like 3 p.m., something like this, 2:33 p.m., maybe 4 p.m.
Okay.
And they said not guilty. The cars on the road stopped.
Yeah.
People got out of their cars for both sides. And I just remember being like, are we going to get home? Because I have homework to do.
You fucking riot right now? Jesus.
There were riots. I believe there were.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I remember. Yeah.
I mean, obviously there was one faction, going back to the divisive racial part of it, that was very happy, and then there was the other opposite that was that felt.
You could just say it: the Koreans and the Mexicans
that were not happy. So like it was a lose-lose. Wait, go ahead, Dave.
I remember the Rodney King riots, and that was like 94, probably. So like 2 years before that, or maybe 92, and 92, I think. And it's like, I remember at that time I was 6.
And you were living there.
Lived in the fucking same house I'm living in right now, just a different room. And my dad would come home from work, and we'd go to the Dodger game. And like there's active riots happening. It's April. well, maybe not.
Hard to get to a Dodgers
Trying to
game
think.
through riots.
Anyway,
right?
I remember going to. I remember going through. I remember going to a Dodger game, and like my mother asked me, she's like, "Is it safe?" And my dad being like, "Oh, we'll just take the back way to Chavez Ravine." And I mean, I remember like you going
That's
through.
very Armenian of your father. I love
Yeah,
that. We'll just take
yeah.
the back way.
We just take the back way. And so we did take the back way. We just took the 5 and we went behind and we kind of like skipped a lot of the bullshit. But I mean, I remember like, every night you could see it from Montebello. You could see like smoke coming from downtown LA. And it's like fucking it's on, yeah, that's when you had the roof Koreans and stuff. It was heavy shit.
What are roof Koreans?
That was just like the term given to the like the liquor store. Like a lot of like liquor store owners in like South Central area, a lot of them were Koreans that owned liquor stores, and they had Little Korea and stuff like that, Little K Town. And so when the riots happened, they just fucking took arms and they sat on top of the roofs, and they fucking shot anybody who tried to break into their fucking liquor store. They're called Roof Koreans. There's a documentary on them. It's sick.
I want to see that. You have to send that to me. That's actually
Okay.
dope. Because Koreans have excellent face care systems. They're amazing masseuses. I like Koreatown. I mean, I don't go there often, but just imagine. But most of the men seem a little small. Just imagining them like up there, like on the roofs, like that sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, they're nimble.
Yes, ninjas, nimble ninjas.
You sure. I think that if you ever want to look to like what eyewear is going to be hip in the United States in the next 10 years, look at what Koreans are wearing today. And like I've said this before kind of about like, so like for a while, if you noticed, how they had the big glasses came back, with like the reading, like seeing glasses, but they've got like the thick straight lenses here and the big lens, and it even has like an extra bar here. That style, just like big 80s kind of 70s.
Yeah, like almost aviators, but like clear.
Yeah.
But like glasses and sometimes bifocals and like usually thick, like Yeah, I know what you mean.
So for a while, like you see like the East Coast comics, you see a bunch of them. They wear those comics, or like you see like the trendy people, they're wearing that shit. And now they're wearing all the circular shit. Like you've seen these super circular reading glasses / eyeglasses have become popular. All that was popular. All that's been popular in Korea for the past like 5-10 years. And then it goes to Australia, and then it comes to California, and it's like, and it's all just, then it's played out, and then they then they'll use squares eventually, and then we'll use squares again, and it'll just be cyclical again.
K-pop is a thing. I mean,
yeah, it's huge.
I feel bad for a lot of the K-pop stars, just because I don't think they're treated well. This is my gut feeling. But it's also like
it's very similar to like boy bands here. Remember,
right?
I'm sure they weren't. I mean, they got millions of dollars, which I'm sure they're getting, but it's like they're bigger now. Now they have like every single boy and girl band out there. They have one of every type of Korean in the band, just in case you didn't like one. There's one that you like. I'm sure there was an analysis somewhere in Korea. There's 8 major personalities in Korea that women like in men, and here they are.
What are they?
Here's Jae-sun and J-Hope, and like these are like J-Hope's like the name of like a K-pop singer from a boy band called what is the name of it? BTS.
Yes, I think that's like
one
of the more
I played video
popular
games with him one time.
You did?
A long time ago. I did.
That's so interesting.
I played Overwatch with him. Yes.
Did he do well?
He was very funny. He was making a lot of funny noises. It was funny.
What are the other 6 types?
I don't know. I don't know the types.
8.
I'm giving an example of like how they think about it. They're like, okay, they did a study. I'm just giving an example. They probably just did a study. They're like, these are the 8 personality traits that a girl in Korea likes in a man. So
or a boy in Korea, let's be real.
Whatever. Yeah. And like, so they just pick one of each personality, and they're like represented as a human on stage. And then that's like, there's one to pick from. There's at least one. Like you'll like one of them. So that's what they bank on. Anyway, I'm rambling.
No, you're
Let's go
not.
back to Whitney buying views.
It's fascinating to
I'm
me.
just joking.
Well, I just want to talk about this. So,
Yes.
I guess Kim Kardashian has, and I should look this up. Allegedly, she has trademarked the sponge walls, and so they're Kim Kardashian walls. So let's get to
I
the
was right. Wow. I need to. This is crazy. Go on.
check it out. Yeah. So, in 2023, I think you'll remember this, January, February, March, it rained a ton in LA, like a lot more than usual. And my sister's roof was leaking. The
Oh,
guy that she hired to fix her roof, and she's freaking out every night, sending me videos of like water coming down into the house and putting down blankets and towels. And this guy had charged her, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I saw the invoice, $75,000, and was quoting her, saying he fixed the roof, but it kept leaking. And my sister, I can't forget my sister. These are not just walls. These are artwork. They're Kim Kardashian walls. And I was just like, let's get the
they're
water
insured
out of
for
your,
$500,000. Yeah.
what? Who knows how much? We should find out how much it costs to have Kim Kardashian walls.
Yeah.
But one of my best friends and a person that has one person that lives in LA that has kept me alive. He's been there for me. We've been really, really tight since 2019, and he's an angel. He's spent time with my sister. He met my sister. The first thing she said to him when she met him was, "Thank you for keeping my sister alive. What can I do for you?" And she cried to him. He said, and I brought him over because I said, Whitney, look, I know a guy who is he has a contracting business. He does houses in Bel Air and builds out, like, he will fix your roof. And I also, this was one thing that, re-entering her life, I'm like, everyone's screwing over someone that thinks has a ton of money. So of course this guy charges her 75 grand. The Kim Kardashian walls are still getting destroyed because he didn't fix it. And then he goes, I need another 100 grand to fix it. And he goes,
Jesus.
Ashley, I will fix it. I will fix it for free.
Yeah.
And so I brought him over to assess the situation. He goes, all I need is the 13,000. This is a $125,000 job. He's like, I'm just going to ask for the 13K to pay the workers.
Sure.
So she's getting a $125,000 job for what's minus 13K. But that's just the labor. That's just his workers.
110,000 roughly. Sure. 108,000.
So that is, and he said to her face, he said to her face,
17.
This is a contribution for your sister, Ashley.
Wow.
And he fixed her roof.
Amazing.
And they never flooded again. And her Kim Kardashian walls are fine. And when we were arguing before we kind of stopped talking 2 years ago, I was like, fine, if you want to argue about mom or dad, what about the $125,000 job that my friend did for you to fix the roof? And I don't know if you guys know what roofs are expensive.
Yeah, sure.
Intense job, especially on a huge mansion that I still get lost in.
That Calabasas heat.
Yeah, Woodland Hills, whatever. But I mean, I think that's public information. Her house was for sale recently. Blah 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 blah.
Oh, really? Trouble in paradise.
Well, I guess it's off the market. Somebody sent it to me. They're like, "Oh, your sister's house is for sale, and this is recent." And I sent it to someone, and they were like, "It's old, Ashley. It's off the market now." But she told me she paid $6 for it, and she was selling it for $13. I was like, "Wow, okay."
That must be nice, though. $6 million home.
She said she had someone else buy it because she knew she was going to be overcharged. So she had someone else buy it because it was on the market for 8 or 10, and she got it for 6 because she had someone else actually make the deal. But now selling it for 13. But it's off the market.
Yeah, I don't know about your situation specifically, exactly with everything. I mean, I've heard the stories and this and that. A lot of families got that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that like you shouldn't, you should.
I don't
I don't think you
want
should forgive her.
everything. I
No,
want
no,
what my
yeah,
parents
sure,
specifically
exactly.
said that I should have.
So you're right, and like my mom and her sister don't talk, and they're almost 80, and it's over the same shit. Like my grandmother's home here in Montebello, that my mother was promised. We move in. We did. We moved in for a short time. If we moved in, she'd give him the house, and then my brother and my sister, they would get, whatever. They'd split up. They had my grandmother had properties and some businesses, and my uncle pissed away all of his shit, got divorced, lost everything. Then he came crawling back. My grandmother literally kicked us out of the home, gave him the home, and he sold it not shortly after that for like at the height in 2009 for like $990,000 back then. So it was a huge house, 10,000 square foot home in Montebello, nice area.
Very
But
nice area.
and my aunt was already super wealthy. And so my mom felt kind of screwed because we had also taken out a second on this house so that we could start working on the other house, and they got kind of screwed out of that. So my mom just went, she never forgave my aunt, to say the least.
Well,
So yeah,
I will
it's
say that
unfortunate.
I don't know all the details, but unless he distributed the proceeds from that sale amongst the sisters, amongst your mom, amongst everyone, that would be a tough thing for me to let go of as well. Hence the $1 million condo in Georgetown, which is number one. So just to wrap up number two, the fact that a friend of mine spent 3 weeks fixing her roof, $125,000 job, and said to her face, "This is a contribution for Ashley," meaning I am contributing something on my friend Ashley's behalf. And Whitney said, "I have a message from him saying that I overpaid him." I was like, "He was being nice to you. You paid him 13,000, which was just the minimum for the labor workers and the materials."
Right. Yeah, I know. Excuse me. Like yeah,
Embarrassing.
I've never had that much money. I don't know how it is to. I don't know what the
Well, I think it's
psychology is.
awfully embarrassing to just take from people, use people. This is most of the point. Use people, take advantage of people. There's a word I'm looking for. Just because somebody that cared about me did something for you that was nice, you're going to pretend like, I mean, she would have had to pay another $100,000 and it probably still would not have been sorted out.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. What's the next one on the list?
We're only doing number two tonight.
Okay.
I want to. There's something about Blind Mike. Do you know who Blind Mike is?
Yes, I do. Of course.
I think he's very fair and objective, unbiased, is what I'll say in his coverage. But I've seen some stuff lately that has been interesting on his channel, on a bunch of channels. And again, I'm just going to keep pushing. I'm not backing down.
Don't surrender.
Take no prisoners. What's going on in your world? How are you doing?
Never forget. Pretty good. Still looking for that. Still chasing that illustrious job.
What illustrious job?
I'm currently unemployed right now.
But you take care of your parents. That's a job.
Well, it's not bad. I mean, and also, like, let's not blow out of proportion with taking care of. I do help them out. I mean, taking care of them implies that I'm changing bedpans and shit. It's not that crazy. But, whatever. It says, there's family stuff. It would be difficult to leave even if I could right now. But that's it. I have my birthday next week on the 18th.
Yes, I thank you for bringing that up. Sunday. January 18th.
Yay.
Yay. Everyone needs to send Dave.
I'm going to do, no. I'm going to do, I'll have a grift stream and maybe we'll.
I heard something about a fishing trip.
I'm going to go fishing. Yep. Couple weeks.
You do that every year on your birthday?
No, but I'm going to open it up to the public too. So all the dabblers and stuff, if they'd like to come, they're more than invited, more than welcome to come. It's
a
24-hour thing.
I'm going
to put it on Dabblers Anonymous.
Okay.
And on Twitter and stuff like that. So
where are you going? Go ahead.
it's just a place. It's nearby. It's called the Santa Ana River Lakes. It's a man-made lake. You don't need a fishing license. Again, I'm promoting my fucking birthday party. The birthday party. Paul
No, I'm
Patan's free.
promoting your birthday party. Let's be
Thank
clear.
you.
I just don't know all the details.
Yeah, it's local. It's Santa Ana. It's a man-made lake. You pay $80 for 24 hours. So you get there 5 p.m. and you 5 p.m. Saturday. We'll be done fishing 4 p.m. Sunday. So, you eat, you get drunk Saturday night. Maybe you sleep for a couple hours. You wake up early, start fishing Sunday morning, and then we'll leave by 4. 10 fish limit, and you don't need a fishing license. So
10 fish.
it's literally park.
You can catch 10 fish and bring them back.
Yeah, like it's literally park and play. It's just boom. You park right where you fish. You can literally fucking fish from your car. So and it's just there's no boats.
I was just gonna ask what the sleeping situation is. Are people sleeping in the car?
I mean, you could bring a tent if you want. I'm just gonna sleep in my fucking car for a couple hours probably. I'll lay in the back. It's not gonna be. You can bring a tent, a camper, whatever. It's all included in the price. It's $80 for the 24 hours, and you don't pay me. You pay at the front.
And what about
come half day?
Bring your own food. Bring your own beer.
Like whatever I have, you can have, but it's pretty much BYO everything. Bring your own food, whatever.
Can
you can leave and come. That's the only thing. They don't allow dogs.
Aww.
They allow children, but no dogs.
It doesn't make any sense. Yes. This sounds like a very cool thing. What kind of fish do you like are local there?
Yeah, they have trout, bass, and sturgeon. So mostly trout you're gonna want to catch.
It's so interesting. Sturgeon. I didn't even know, like in London. So my brother got married on a huge yacht. Well, his after party was on a boat called the Silver Sturgeon that goes over the River Thames. And yes. I just thought sturgeons were European fish.
Oh, okay.
But I guess they hang out in California too.
I guess so. I don't. I'm not really too big of a fisherman. I'm just going because I enjoy it and it's easy, and I want to like I've been fishing a bunch of times where you're deep sea fishing. You have your hook out, and most of it's just fighting for the fucking tuna. It's great, but I want to like just chill. Have a couple drinks, have a couple smokes. No, gosh, no. I've never tried that before. That's way above my level.
I started fly fishing. We started fly fishing like the age 7, 8. If you guys don't know the difference between fly fishing is basically you have like a stick and a string. There's no what do you call the thing that you roll?
Reel.
There's no reel. It's just like it's a lot of it's instinct.
You pull it.
Yeah. Yes.
A lot of pulling the string.
It's a lot more intense. There was a point that
stand in the water.
Yes,
stand in the water. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. In the Roanoke River. But I did start to feel bad because like I had an ex-boyfriend, Dave, and he would be like on Sundays, like, I'm going on the party boat. And I'm like, what's this party boat about? Like, I thought he was going on like a yacht, like party. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what he was doing, but he was like, fine, you want to come? And I was like, yeah, what's the party boat about? It's just a fun. It was like literally just like a
bunch of dudes smoking and drinking and fishing.
Smoking, drinking, and like a bunch of bait. And you know how bait can smell. Like,
sure.
It was intense. I think I caught, what did I catch that night?
All these Whitney's house.
All these big dudes were so proud of me. A bass? I think it was a bass.
Yeah, bass.
But the fight was intense.
Sure.
But again, people are like, no, when you just take the hook out, they're fine when they go back into the ocean. And I'm like,
catch and release.
Yeah, but I'm not. They still have a hole in their mouth. That's not nice.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. Sure, I'd hate. You know what? Look, I'll I don't mean to bring up a sore subject. This is the same thing I feel about fucking horses. Like, I can't imagine riding a horse. I grew up around Montebello. Is one of the few cities kind of like around this area where you can have horses. They like as long as you need. I think it's like you're allowed to have like 10 horses per every acre or some shit like that in Montebello. But you have to have like a minimum of 1.25 acres or some shit. And so like there's an area in Montebello where it's like all ranches, and they like take care of your fucking horse. You can buy a horse for like $1,100. You can fucking like and like it's for $200 or $250. Just keep it there. They exercise it. They feed it. And you go fucking ride it whenever you want down the riverbed and shit. But like I always thought, I don't think they like that. I can't imagine a horse being like, I like that versus not liking it. Like if you were just to walk the horse around, that's one thing. But like riding a horse to me, I get it. They're big. I think they want the exercise and the running. I don't think they necessarily. And I guess that's the trade-off that they make because they're horses, right? Not exactly smart. I mean, I'm sure they're smart to a
very
degree.
intelligent, and they're one of the.
You know what I
they're
mean,
one
though.
I do know what I mean, but they're empathic, like dolphins are, like dogs are. They're also prey animals. They're very um they're very intelligent,
Territorial.
actually. But you're not
Sure,
wrong.
no,
And let me tell
right.
you something that so when we grew up with horses, and the first time I was on a horse, I was probably 2 years old. Um, what used to happen, so I was born in 81. What used to happen is they would take, so our horses had horses, like my aunt didn't breed them for sale, but we had a
Oh damn!
lineage. It
I thought you had a horse that rode another horse, which I thought would be cool. Right,
I,
go on.
that might have happened sometimes.
No.
But so my grandfather's horse was the father to my aunt's horse, who was the mother to Whitney and I's horses, Baby and Buster. So it was like a lineage of horses, which was kind of cool,
Wow.
right? But
Horseburg jaw. That's what that
what?
one's for the fan. I said Horseburg jaw. That's for the people at home. Don't worry about it. Instead of Habsburg. Anyway, we'll keep
But the
jokes.
horses would go away, so they would have colts. They would have they would
Sure.
have babies,
Breed them.
and then well, we weren't breeding them for sale. We were just breeding
Right,
them
for
our
personal
family.
use. That's what I tell the officer when he pulls me over. It's for personal use, officer. This bag of horse is for personal use.
I think that
It's
isn't that a code name for something? Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. Heron.
You tune terms of service.
There's a service.
But I remember they would go away for like 3 to 6 months. And I'd be like,
no.
Where's Buster? Where's Baby? Where's Ginger?
You had a fucking horse named Buster?
Yeah, my horse is named Buster Brown.
Wow. I had a dog. We had multiple dogs named Buster.
Really?
I mean, in the family, my cousin had a dog named Buster. We had a dog named Buster. Yeah.
Buster's a great name. I love that name.
Do
you know who Buster Brown is? It'll be interesting for you to find out. But so I would, as a kid, like, where are they? And they've gone off to get broken. So the old style of getting a
vaguely
horse.
Remember this cartoon. Continue.
This is back to you saying, like, does the horse like a person being on it? First of all, like, also fuck all these fat dudes riding horses. Like, fuck you.
Right.
But like literally. But they said, they're being broken, and the horses would come back so different because the process of breaking a horse back then,
breaking,
was literally breaking their spirit.
Yeah.
It was fear. It was beating. It was awful, and they would just come back different horses. Like, I couldn't feel.
It's like Jewish day camp.
What?
Is that just like Jewish day camp? I'm joking.
Something like this. Yeah, like yeshiva for the horses.
Right.
So I just remember being like, what happened? And then, like, it was just different.
You lost the spirit.
It was broken. This is an animal that is average 2,000 pounds that has been beaten and, like, basically tortured into behaving a way that is not in alignment with that horse's instincts. And so what I really liked about the horses we got and the way that Whitney has her horse is there's a new way of doing it, and you don't ever whip the horses. You don't break their spirits. You work with them slowly. So when you said
Yoga.
walking around, like India was a horse, she was a rehab horse. Like she will never be
Ooh,
ridden again. She was used as a
right.
breeder horse for a long time. But
Okay.
I would just brush her. We would do like, I wasn't on her back, but like just taking her to run around in circles. We would walk around and get grass together.
Hell
Things
yeah.
like this. Cash was younger and she was 18 too. Cash was 4 and he was like ready to ride. And I also weigh like 120, 125 pounds. Like we were getting ready to start riding and they do
Yeah,
like
in
it.
your bra. I'm sorry. It's from
What?
it's from a movie. What is that from? I think it's from like it's
Like,
from
I
Ace
don't
Ventura,
really
like
need
something like
bras,
that.
Dave, but
No, I
thanks.
know. No.
I know, I
Remember this?
know.
Yeah. He goes, so 120 pounds. Yeah, in your bra. All right, that's just a good
We
joke
know I
between
don't
friends.
probably have like what 3 or 4 pounds between. Okay, anyway, moving on.
Yeah. Okay, real
Um,
quick though. So, but to your point, as I watched the movie Django, one of my favorite movies, and like there's this scene where in
Django.
the movie, yeah, there's a scene in the movie where he goes, and this is my horse Fritz, and the horse goes, okay. So obviously the noise is fake, but what I noticed is, you know how they get the horse to do that, because I saw the behind the scenes thing, and they're showing that scene, and how do they get the horse to do that? They fucking all they have to do is now just put the whip above its head, and it knows to like put its head down because it's used to fucking getting whipped in the fucking head. And it's like, oh, I don't want to see how the sausage is made. I want the sausage in my ass, Whitney. I mean, Ashley. Okay.
Oh my God,
Horse
it's so
cock.
funny. My mom's birthday was yesterday. I mean, she's in heaven, but
Oh,
my mom used to do
Cristo
this thing.
Sala
I think you and I
Medelos.
talked about this. Thank you.
I think so.
That like that no, that every mom calls their kids different names, but my mom would call me Whitney all the time, and she'd call Whitney
Sure.
Ashley all the time.
Sure.
And then she would just like trip, be like, she'd be looking at me, and Whitney's not even in the apartment or in the around. And she's like, Ash Whit. I'm like,
Yeah.
Ashley.
Now,
But
youngest one, come here.
that makes me very sad. And I did not know this, and I don't like watching horses in movies anymore, specifically because of this. I brought it up with my sister, and I said something about like horses being in movies or whatever. She was actually every horse that's in a movie that's ever been in a movie was abused.
100%. I mean, I know this is hack at this point because it's been brought up so many times. You may have not heard it, but I know growing up, we loved the movie Milo and Otis.
Milo Notice?
The cat and the pug, the little red cat and the little pug in the, in the river and the
That's familiar. I used to have a pug.
and they fight, and it's like a British over voice, like there's like a Brit that does both voices, and he's like reading something, and it's just an voiceover for the whole thing. It's like, yes, Otis, come here, Otis. Okay, Milo, on my way. And it's like shit like that. Okay, so the pugs and the cat, right? The pug and the cat, they went through 5 of them each. Pretty much. I mean, the bear killed one. They put a kitten up against the bear for the video camera, and the bear killed one. I think they had to shoot the bear, or the bear actually died. Maybe the bear died. I don't remember. Raccoons died. Fucking multiple pugs, and it's like, and at the end of this movie, they show all a bunch of pugs and a bunch of kittens. Like, these are the kittens that were used for the thing, and these are the pugs that were used. Like, no, motherfucker, there's the ones that survived. It's like you're showing like Auschwitz photography. It's like these are the survivors. You had a whole litter of them, and these are the man. It's crazy.
It's wild
Sad,
you
crazy
bring
stuff.
that up. I watched a documentary about this guy. I have to send it to you. I have to find it. He made a movie. It's like, I think it's the most dangerous or lethal, like more animals and people died in this movie than any other movie ever created. It's not The Exorcist. It's something that we don't know off the top of our heads. But this guy literally had wild, not trained, wild. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Lions.
Wild lions, wild bears, and like I think 17 or 18 people died at the
22
hands.
No, I don't think anybody died. I think 22
No, a lot of
injuries.
people died.
Let me see.
Yeah, you have to find it. It's that, but so usually, so you guys know, they have like animal trainers on set. They have animals that are taught, and just like Dave said, unfortunately, they have like something that scares the animal to do a certain behavior. But this guy was just, I think he was, I want to say he was Asian, but I could be mistaken. The director, this
So it was
guy
Melanie Griffin.
didn't give a shit. What was the movie?
No, Melanie Griffith was in it. I remember there was a famous actress in it. Melanie Griffith was in it. It was called Roar, 1981. 150 untrained lions, 70 cast members and crew members were injured, but outbreak. So the production faced multiple disasters, including floods, fires, and a disease outbreak that killed 14 lions and tigers. While no one died during filming, the project is infamous for its reckless conditions, and it's considered a cautionary tale in filmmaking history. So nobody died, but
animals
14
died.
lions. It's a pride.
Untrained.
That's a lion genocide, is what you did. You did.
Well, not only that,
for
like,
$10.
I can't believe not one person died. I saw some scenes, some footage. People were definitely mauled. And
Yeah.
and I do not blame
people.
the lions, by the way.
70 cast members. No, of course not. Nobody would ever blame the lions. And like that's the thing too. It's like fucking yeah, I don't remember what I was gonna say now.
That a bunch of people
The
got
lions.
injured. It's a cautionary
whatever.
tale.
Yeah, I don't know. Just about the like you're killing off a pride of lions for
basically.
Yeah. No, see, Whitney and Neil should have fucking just killed a bunch of lions, and they would have made more than $19,000 on their fucking movie. $16,000. What was the name of the movie again? What a Girl Wants?
Female Brain.
The Female Brain, right?
That's one of my favorite Kevin things.
Yikes.
16,000.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, he's like, I make that in 2 months of super chats.
Well, just
it's true.
Conjecture here. I'm not in the movie business.
So crazy.
I'm not in the movie business. I don't know a lot about the in and out of this kind of thing, but and so I will present this as conjecture. Sure. From my understanding, the budget was so big for that movie. The fact that they only made 16,000 at the box office means that a lot of money was mismanaged and again, allegedly, I guess mismanaged is the word I will use, but maybe misplaced.
Huh. Interesting way to put it. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, you had to probably have at least $500,000. That's like on the low end.
No, I mean anyone can look it up. The
million.
Female Brain, they had a couple $1 million to play with.
$5 million maybe.
16,000 at the box office.
Crazy. It's so crazy.
And from what I understand from a few people that are in the industry, it was a very clear and obvious like grab. Like they got the money, they made the film on again conjecture and allegedly on shoestring budget, but kept money from themselves, or it was misplaced.
Yeah, it's like we give you this amount of money, do whatever you got, make the movie and keep the rest. You get to
I don't think that's what they wanted. I think they wanted the movie to be bigger, but there isn't a margin of error where money can get misplaced.
Sure,
we'll use that word. It will be innocuous here. It can
misappropriated.
Get misappropriated. Thank you.
You don't think they spent $30,000 on a hammer, $40,000 on a toilet seat? How
much was their salary? How much did they give themselves here, there, right?
Right.
So these kinds of things, but we're not going to get into other points about this in this moment. When are we going to do yoga again, though?
I don't know. Let's plan it. Let's give us some time to plan it so we can like set everything up.
Maybe after your birthday.
After my birthday, I think February might be a good time, and I'll come down there, and I'll just show you how to set up the StreamYard, and we'll just log in with our phones. It'll be really easy.
Are you gonna live stream from your birthday party?
That I don't know yet. Maybe here and there. I don't want to be annoying too at the party. We'll see. It's not gonna be a party. It's just gonna be a bunch of dudes hanging out, sucking each other off. That's pretty much it.
And then the last big question everyone wants to know: are you and I carpooling to Hackmania?
You're gonna go?
Well, people are asking if I'm carpooling with you.
I mean, if you want to go to Hack,
well,
I'm gonna
it's
go
only
for
4 or 5 hours from us. What?
Yeah. I'm gonna go at least Saturday. I know that for a fact. I've said it. I've put it out there. I will at least go one day Saturday. It's just right now it's hard for me to plan April when I don't have and I got any income. So I already got a narrow landing strip to say the least next couple months. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, you were planning to get a plane ticket instead of driving?
No. I mean, like me personally, like my finances are like, I'm not broke, but when you don't have any income and it's hard to plan like a trip to Vegas in April. You know what I mean? My brain's not really there right now. So when we get closer, I'm definitely going to go one day Saturday just to meet all the Europeans and the people I've never met before and all that fun stuff, the pineapples and the Hughesies and all that, the Roachis. So even, finally meet Buckman, size him up.
Do you think he'll give us 20s? Do you think he'll give us 20s?
I hope so. I hope he teaches me how to play bubble craps. But yeah, if you definitely want to go, I'm just, at the very least, going to go Saturday. Go early Saturday, come back maybe Sunday morning. We don't know yet. Something like that, though.
I will say
definitely not the whole weekend.
If you, Hondo, and I carpool, I will definitely go. And I feel like
I'll 100% drive your dog.
What?
I said 100%. Well, we can take your dog. You can put him in the backpack. You could sit in the back seat. I'm serious.
No, I have a Jeep, so I have it sorted out. Yes,
you'll drive. Okay.
I mean, I think I don't think you want his hair in your car and stuff.
No, I don't know. No, either I drive or no. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm gonna drive my car regardless.
Do you want to drive my Jeep?
I don't know. We'll talk about this. We can talk about this stuff. Later. Yes. Well, thank you very much. Yes.
Namaste. Okay. Do you have any plugs?
No, Dave, Sarah. Now I can't namaste. I gotta nama go. But thank you very much, Ashley. This was fun.
Love you, Dave.
Bye. Love you too.
Bye. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. Sorry, there were things happening. Hi, Frank. I hope you got my message earlier. All right, guys. So that was number 2. I feel like did any of you guys play Carmen Sandiego? Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? There were 2 versions. There was a computer game and there was a show. I never heard of the show before recently. I only ever played the computer game. But so that's number 2. We talked about it. You can rewind. Oh, Rudy. Hi. I was going to ask Dave to try to find your video because I think your video is amazing. We played it on Tommy Jordan's show last night. Check out, and I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Someone was like, it's Rudy Baga. Rudy Baga. Check out his channel. Go like and subscribe. He made a very cool dabbling in yoga video yesterday, which I very much enjoyed. I loved how you did like what Stealth's yoga studio would look like. I think you did what Chad's studio would look like. And then wait, there was one that was so funny. The one that was closed. I forgot whose studio was closed. And then you have like Tommy Jordan coming in on like a tricycle. I'll wait. Close. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you have an amazing evening. And yeah, maybe I'll go to Hackmania with Dave, Sarah for one day or something. There are a few people that I do want to meet. Yeah, it was Chad. So you guys have to check. Can you put your Rudy, if you don't mind, can you put your YouTube channel in the chat so people can go check you out? Or put it as a comment and I can put it up. So he did it's so genius. So like Stealth's yoga studio, everyone's like puking like red wine, and it's like it's really funny. And then I think the next was Chad. Hold on, video, wait. Yeah, go to his channel. And then the next was wait, it was Chad, it was Stealth, it was there was one other person I'm forgetting right now. Not Myrrh. Um Chow was in it, I feel like. Myrrh was in it as a character. But so Chad's studio was closed. It was completely like the studio was dark and it just said closed. Tommy Jordan's on a tricycle, like, I'll wait like until it opens. Oh, so funny. Um, yes. So again, I want to circle back to the beginning of the video. I don't like this. I wish this wasn't happening. I am not so there's two sides to this coin. I've been publicly embarrassed and shamed and sort of put in a box by my sister for 13 years. So I can't really get embarrassed more than all the lies that she said about me and our family. So there is that part of the coin. But then there's also um, some sort of visceral, like self-respect. So I've been waiting because again, back to me always wanting to be the best big sister that I could be, back to waiting for 13 years for my sister to do the right thing. I vacillated between why does she hate me? Like, what have I done so terrible? What is so terrible about me? Things like this. I've said before, I felt like I had like a question mark of shame on my heart. I didn't know, but I thought it had to be me, right? Um, and then just seeing over and over the patterns and then the behavior and the stuff that happened when our parents got sick. And now it's like, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm not waiting anymore for our parents' dying wishes to be fulfilled. I appreciate the record keepers. I appreciate all of you. Even the people asking me questions that feel uncomfortable. I get it. It is uncomfortable. I've been advised to do this in a chronological order, which I have done for 2 attorneys at this point. So as traumatizing as that was to do the first and second time, it's sort of like, I don't know, I hope you guys, I mean, we all have to deal with tough stuff, right? But I pray no one has to deal with anything like this tricky sort of let me try to say this properly. This tricky sort of situation that you have to be in. So on one coin, I don't think I could be embarrassed more, mostly because of my sister on global microphones calling me a drug addict starting in 2011, calling me a drug addict, calling me crazy. I mean, the worst really was telling people not to come to my yoga studio, hiring people that worked at my yoga studio to go on tour with her. Weird move. That's also an interruption of business or intentional interruption of business, false imprisonment. I mean, there's just a lot. But the other coin of this is, for some strange reason, I'm being a little playful here, if you don't mind, she only responds to public stuff. I have been texting her privately for 2 years. I had an attorney that had the best angle, and she made me, we were in an active lawsuit in 2022 before my mom got sick. And she had me drop that. So then after she dumped me again, gives me a Range Rover, gives me horses, all the sparkly things. I'm so naive. None of these things were in my name. So when she takes them all away, it's just me with like a broken heart, feeling abandoned and confused for the third time in my life, when she literally demands that I turn my will and my life over to her and demands that I trust her. So these aren't questions. These are demands, just to be very, very clear. And maybe number 3 will be Venice. I already have 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 right here. But I hate that this is public. I wish that this was settled a long time ago. I wish what was right would be have been done. I wish I didn't have to publicly ask for our parents' dying wishes to be fulfilled. I wish a lot of this didn't have to happen. I wish none of the things happened that I'm speaking to you about. But I also want to say, if somebody takes from you, and like, I don't want my eyes to water, but it's more than money, because you don't get to get time back. You know what I'm saying? So I take accountability for not doing this sooner, or not getting more aggressive sooner. But again, so after I realized she wasn't going to do the right thing, let's see, 8, 9 months ago, I started working with another attorney, again, on contingency. Attorneys are very expensive. And this guy had the best angle. He looked at everything. And so now, working with attorneys, it's like I have the demand letters. I don't want to go to court. I want to just settle and go live a happy, free life that I've deserved for a long time. So the goal is just to settle, and she can shut me the fuck up. She can do whatever she wants. I'm not super interested in talking about this stuff. Obviously, he died. My last lawyer died. So we had the letter like almost completely done. The last text I said to him was like, "Hey, are we close to like getting that letter mailed to my sister?" So that I just wanted to be quiet, done. We don't have to see each other anymore. I hope one day my nephew will find me, and I'd love to be an aunt to him. But my sister's tricky, and until she heals herself, or figures out some stuff that is way above my pay grade on every level, it's time to fix this, and it's time for Ashley to get to live her life. And it feels weird that I didn't think about that before. It was like justice for my mom, justice for my dad, Um, but I also thought that was a very clear way to do it. Um, No, 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 no. So I lost my train of thought. I do apologize for that. I think the last thing I was saying is that I hate that any of this is public. Anybody that writes to me on Twitter or here, like, you're embarrassing, you're making this public. No, it's embarrassing to steal someone's. It's embarrassing what my sister has done. I will say this. And if you educate yourself a little bit, please do not. I'm happy to answer questions, because there should be a lot. I mean, it's a lot of stuff. But I'm proud of myself. Oh, what I want to say, always stand up for yourself. There were years that I just kind of dopily, like naively, was like, oh, the check will come in the mail any day. Or, she's going to call me. She's going to apologize. Don't wait for that. Definitely after you've stopped your life twice for both parents, and no one else was there, and no bills were paid. Just the lies, like that part. It's like, that bothers me. I mean, I don't like liars anyway, but what I did was important. And I thought that at least one Cummings would be there at the end. I'll just throw in number 3. They had a secret funeral for my father without me. Thank you for being here.